Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Grumpycat as well. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member. There's lots of perks. Also, wraithax.eth domain name. So there's a couple of things to go over today, and this is going to be a very, very controversial video, just because of the, I would say, less than safe and less than ideal ways that I usually take. And this has started years ago when it came to high-risk lending. 2017. Everyone, family, friends, whatever, what do you know about investing? You're in the military, you were a veterinary assistant before then. Like, why are you going into banking? Why are you going into giving money, not just to like normal people, but to business owners that have 650 credit and below? And, it started with about $2,000 in 2017, had over 100K in 2019. And then, it went from there. Same thing with Pokemon. Oh, hey, yeah, you're spending some of this money on these children's piece of cardboard. This is not a good idea. This is not right. You got lucky with, with high risk lending, even though it wasn't just one thing, had to do it every single deal. And then even after I made some money, it's like, okay, you made some money somehow flipping Pokemon cards. Who knew there was money in that? Do not spend $80,000 on one card. That's stupid. You're stupid. This is dumb. Some friends stopped talking to me. Some other people stopped talking to me. And less than a year later, flipped it for more than $250,000. Tesla, same thing. Elon Musk is the cars go on fire, and competition is coming. Where have we heard that before? So, in the great words of Jordan Belfort, I don't ask you to judge me on my wins, only on my losses because I have so few. But Chavez, what about Omi? Didn't you lose like $1 million on it? Okay, well, if I would have sold down at the bottom, then yes, at the highs from last year, I had well over $1 million, and now this year, I have far less than $1 million. But that is because, again, so many different things. You have bear market, you have recession, you have Russia invading Ukraine. A lot of things happened this last 15 months. That's why I continue buying. The other things that I have gone into, which some people are, again, now saying, hey, this is not good. Omi and Veve, for people that don't understand, most people that watch this are in the Veve and Omi fam. And then there's Grumpycat. So Grumpycat, everyone's like, listen, this is a meme coin. The original founder hates the token. Okay, well, the original founder has nothing to do with the token. The original person that owned the cat that became the meme, Grumpycat, has their own thing. The original Grumpycat, everyone comment F down below to pay respects, passed away some time ago. This project is completely community driven. They're well within their legal rights to do whatever they want. The original Grumpycat owner can piss and moan however much they like, and it's just, again, them trying to call people scammers when, again, it is community driven, is far-fetched and a little bit, it's very much nonsense. What I see when I look at Grumpycat is I see something with $250,000 in volume the last 24 hours. And I see that Pro the Doge, which has, similar to me, has not taken profits like I did with Omi, he did with Dogecoin Millionaire. He went and gone on and had, I think, a couple $1,000,000 before, again, bear market, everything crashed, he never sold. Same thing with Floki. Same thing with, I think it was Shiba Inu, correct me if I'm wrong. And then me knowing that he has 1.8% of the entire supply of Grumpycat is very good for me. The biggest wallet is somebody that had gone on and they're not going to sell. Because historically, they've never sold. Historically, he's never done a spaces either. He's been very, very active in Twitter spaces. And not only has the Grumpycat token Twitter page and Pro the Doge has all teased all of these exchanges, MEXC, Binance, Coinbase, OKX. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, they can tease something. Doesn't mean it's happening. Maybe that's just their intention. Yes. Maybe that's their intention to go and get on one of these particular exchanges. But when you have Binance themselves go and tease that, oh, good morning, everyone, and they post a Grumpycat meme, most likely there is something going on behind the scenes. Again, I have no idea. I've spoken, I think, a couple words to Pro the Doge. This is not I don't have a relationship with him. I follow him on Twitter. I subscribe to him on Twitter, but I don't have any and I don't take relationship or not relationship. I don't take financial advice from him. Again, we've said a couple words to each other over on Spaces. This is something where I see, again, 250,000 in volume last 24 hours. I see there's the only place you can get it is Uniswap. If it does a fraction of what Pepe did, Pepe got up to $1.5 billion market cap. And this is not even a bull run. This is just, hey, we're chilling down here in this bear market. Eggs are like $7 a dozen. So when I go and I see this, I say, okay. And then you have Pro the Doge going and making a video and doing Spaces. And this seems like it's just the beginning. So instead of buying more OMI, even though I am up to 172 million OMI, I'd gone on and said, okay, well, if history is any indication of what people can do, a small determined group of people can do for Grumpycat, I was like, for Pepe, for Mong, for a bunch of other people, okay, this makes sense. A lot of legal stuff is out of the way, the hate's out of the way, and you just really just have, a clear road ahead to run. So I put in originally 500, and then 3K, have about 6K in Grumpycat now. Most of this is going to be to flip eventually into Veve and OMI. When will I take some profits? I don't know. I think maybe at a $30 million market cap, I'll take like 10%. I might take like another 10 or 20%, $50 million market cap. I do want to keep to 100 million if we get there, because I did say that, oh, hey, I will get a Grumpycat tattoo if we get a $100 million market cap. Yeah, that was not one of my finer moments, because just out of spite, it's gonna get there, and I'm gonna be like, I think they're gonna do a poll that says like where I should get it. I don't know if I need to abide by the results of that poll, because they want me to get it on like the neck, and I don't want a neck tattoo. But I will get it somewhere. I'm not gonna get it on my butt. I'll get it somewhere people will probably be able to see it. Maybe on this arm. I have a lot of real estate on this arm. Very dissimilar to that one. So that's the story on the Grumpycat. And why I spent so much on it was because I had some extra money that I was saving for the number 43 rare Luke Skywalker. And this is the other controversial part of the video. This one is going towards the fact that I happened to get the number 43 ultra rare Luke Skywalker, super undervalued. This is like last week when it was, when I thought all of him in general was undervalued at $660 for the 43 ultra rare. I was like, whoa, okay, get that, that's undervalued. And then someone reached out that I wasn't expecting with the 43 secret rare, saying, hey, I've had offers for 2,100 and 2,500, but the 2,500, they just have, they need a few days to get the gems together. I'm like, oh, well, I'm a little liquid, I got this new job now. I've been working at the past month or so. So I got a little money. I said, let me think about it. I don't want to go and spend over 2K on the secret rare if I can't get the number 43 rare. So I get in contact with the person that has the number 43 rare. They say, listen, I'll sell, but only if I can get the number 42 or the number 41. I was like, oh man, okay, all right. We'll try to, and luckily I have, Rudy Namecoast has the number 42 rare. I was like, hey, do you think you could help me out with this? He's like, yes, but I need this first. And he wanted the number 44 rare. I was like, okay, well, we can get that for you. So we found this other guy that happens to have it. He's the one that wanted the 43 secret rare. I beat him out for it. I was like, okay, this, buying this right now. So I spent 2,200 on that, on the secret rare. And I was saving for the 43 rare, which I knew was going to be, even though at the time it probably shouldn't have been over, I don't know, $800 or $1,000. This was a week ago, and in Veve NFT time, that's forever. So I went and I was like, okay, let's try to budget like 1,500 for this, give or take, even though that was probably too much at the time. we're talking. We're trying to get things done, and then he's like, listen, you guys, guy who's number 43 has all the power. There's a lot riding on that, so he's like, all right, I want the 42 and I want a sweetener. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Like, you want number 42 and you want a sweetener. So I was like, okay, I don't know if this is going to happen. So, and the price that they were talking was like $2,000. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like, I don't think I can do this. Like, that's a lot of Omi. That's a lot of other stuff that I could do. So that's why I bought, another million Omi. That's why I bought more Grumpycat. And then I was like, okay, and at the time I saw some other Luke Skywalkers that were like $300 for sub 100 rare animated Luke Skywalkers. I was like, done. So I spent like $950, maybe $1,000 on 3 of those, number 91, number 92, and the number 94. And then as I was sure that this deal was not going to get done, I bought the number 48 Luke Skywalker. And that 48 I decided to buy because, again, if I wasn't getting the 43, well, at least I can get the 48. So I bought that. I'm going to lower this so y'all can see it, for $1,300. And, I balled out. I was like, all right, let's go. And then I saw other people buying a lot of stuff too. You have somebody that had that had all 3 number 111s, secret rare, rare, ultra rare. And I was like, oh man, that's really cool. And then you have Mr. 41.eth. Mr. 41.eth is a absolute madman, and I love him. And he showed me that he has the number 420, rare, ultra rare, and secret rare. And then, yes, the number 69 secret rare as well. My friend Ernie actually has the number 69 rare. I thought that or ultra rare. I was like, that's amazing. But yeah, so I see everyone completing these sets, and and Mr. 41.eth, again, based on his name, likes to get the number 41. So I go and I'm thinking, okay, everyone's completing these sets. Rudy's going to complete his 44th, because he's going to get the number 44 at some point. It's like, okay, man, that's wild. Then they come back and they say, hey, we can do this. We're going to agree on a price. I was like, oh man, I just spent so much money on all this stuff. And the guy who has the 43 came back and said, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to say, we can work out this deal. Because now Luke's pumping. Now there is no rare Luke for under 900 gems. The secret rare is up to like $1,900, the floor, not including the sub 100s. And the ultra rare is up to like $340. So they're like, oh, make a deal, sell into this pump. And then you had Benny Beats, who has the number 333, 333, and 333. I was like, oh my God, everyone's completing these amazing sets. I'm gonna look like a schmuck because I don't have one. And after I've been saying like, oh, buying all these Lukes, it would make sense for me to have one. Especially like probably the lowest set that you could get. And one of the things with the guy that has number 43 is that he didn't want to spend any money. Like if he were, if he were to buy the 42, he would want the 43 to be the same price, except to have an 8.5% VIG so that he doesn't lose the gems. Like, oh, man. And they agreed on a number of $2,650. And I feel like that was a little overvalued. And I probably shouldn't have agreed, because if you go and take a look at the Luke Skywalker, who's let's say $100-something right now, let's round it down to 100 to be conservative. Should only be about, the sub 100 should only be about 6x that price. So it should only be about 600, even though it's 900 right now. Again, people just, there's only 59 sub 100s in every single thing, whatever you have. And if he wanted that 8%, okay, well, sub 100 is 600. The sub 50 should be about double that. Okay, so let's say we're at like 1,200. And you have number 47 out there for like 1,500. Like, okay, not bad. And that might get bought at some point as well. I was going to buy it too. I was going to sell a logo to get the number 46 and 47 because I had the 48. So I was going to sell a Veve logo, and I was like, okay, let me get this. And then the 46 got bought. It's like, oh man. The 47 is still there, and then, but basically I have to pay $2,900 for the number 43 rare. And that is quite a lot. Like, again, let's say you take the 900 rare Luke Skywalker and you say, okay, that's just what it is. Even though I think it should be a little bit lower, that is what it is. You double that, okay, 1,800 for the sub 50. And if you go for the super 41, 42, 43, maybe you could do, another little bit, like a 0.25%, or not a quarter, like 25% higher than that. So it's like, okay, well, then you can get up to, say, 450. So then you get up to like 2,250. So 2,900 is a lot. Like this is a lot. And on top of that, you also had some people go and say that this is a pump and dump, that Luke is manipulated, it's an artificial price. Now, maybe there are, one or two people that are trying to pump it. Maybe you do have a couple of people that are, maybe they're making videos. I don't know. I mean, I'm making a video right now. Maybe they're posting tweets and they're trying to, what are they trying to do? I don't know. I know Low Mint Mick has gone on and said, oh, hey, I'm buying the top. I'm your exit liquidity. So if you really do want to sell, you can probably sell to him. I think he has like 4 secret rares now. It's freaking ridiculous. I only have 1 secret rare and 1 ultra rare. They're both number 43s. I don't think I'll get any more just because I can't. I do have 4 sub 100 rares, and I'm trying to get the 5th. And if I can, maybe I'll get the number 47. But again, the priority, and I have to pay this by June 2nd. So I was like, okay, man of my word, got to get this bread, got to get this done. So, but you do have a couple of people saying that, oh, hey, Luke is, manipulated, and okay, maybe he is by some people. When I'm buying, I'm not buying these Lukes to sell them. I mean, now I might have to liquidate some of my sub 100 Lukes just to pay for the number 43, which I think is fine. But then you also had Brock McBlockchain come out, and I'll read the tweet for you, where Rocket said, just being transparent, going to probably sell my Luke. The animation is cool, but it's being pumped all over Twitter, and it feels gross to own one. The same thing happened with Spider-Man Secret Rare. Now, I remember this. Remember the Spider-Man Secret Rare? I think he did sell at, I sold at a lot. It was like tens of thousands of dollars, like 50-something thousand dollars. I think that's what I sold my Secret Rare Spider-Man at as well. And, okay, fair point. Spider-Man, now did Brock sell at the tippy top? I don't think so, but Spider-Man did go to 100K, and now he's down to like 5,500. So yeah, he took a mighty fall. Granted, that was Secret Rare Spider-Man in a bull market, and this is us in a bear market. Luke has only ever been in a bear market. So can he fall again? Sure. When we had I forget who it was, like 1 or 2 people had brought up like having a Secret Rare Luke Discord, which I don't think Brock has ever been a part of, like a secret or like Telegram or Discord chat that had like, oh, like specifically for this collectible, like if it's for a Donnie or for whatever. I think the only one that I was the VV Gold logo, but that's not a price manipulation thing. That's just, oh, hey, we have this is fun. So Brock has historically stood by his principles and had said, like, hey, and always calling out his moves. That being said, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure why he said it makes him feel gross to own one. Maybe because he might feel that it's if it is part of a pump, maybe he doesn't want to be a benefactor to that if that is true. So Brock goes on and says that he's selling it, but he wasn't talking about sub 100, just like his normal rare Luke, which, if I can combat this for a second, ultra rare animated Darth Vader is about 5x its retail price. A little bit over that, but we'll stay conservative and say 5x its retail price. The sub 100 are 10x that. Luke is not even 2x his retail price for the rare. That is, I think that's a key difference in why I don't think this is artificial. I don't think it's being manipulated. I just think that, he could potentially be a future grail. Not the rare, but maybe the secret rare could be a future grail. The rare, I don't think will ever be like $1,000. I think the rare is probably going to be, I don't know, in a bull market, it could probably do a 5x. It could probably be several $100s. Just there's so many Star Wars fans out there in the world. By the way, if Luke can be that, I'm pretty sure that Darth Vader can be thousands. Like it was already, I think, $2,200 at some point. I would even say it could probably reach 5 figures. But just to be fair and go over both sides, Brock could be right here. It could be a top for Luke, and suddenly you could see Secret Rare Luke go from 1,900 down to 1,500, down to 1,300. Something cool comes out on the app. We get a gem squeeze. Maybe Secret Rare Luke goes down to 1,000. I don't know. Maybe Ultra Rare Luke goes back to 220. Maybe the sub 100 Rare Lukes go back down to 500. There's a 900 right now. Maybe it goes down to 300. That'd be wild. Maybe I'm grossly overpaying for this, like so many said I've had in the past. Or maybe this is just a consequence of Veve getting its stuff together and Veve dropping fire drops and everyone getting excited again. And yeah, I know Veveverse was delayed, but when you have Altcoin Daily make a post the other day talking about both Grumpycat and Omi, like, hey, when do we buy? Okay, maybe this is kind of the starts and the rumblings of a next bull market. You also have China going out and saying, oh, hey, guess what? We're going to encourage our citizens to start buying Bitcoin next month. Historically, I feel like someone as big as China getting into it and not just allowing it, but encouraging its citizens to get in there. Again, Miss El Salvador is coming on the podcast with the Bitcoin dress. Like, you have a bunch of countries in general that are probably recognizing, hey, the U.S. is being really dumb with this. The SEC is feckless and they don't like crypto, and there's a schism in Washington with it. Even the Biden administration had said that he doesn't want to sign any new budget if it goes and helps crypto people. So clearly a lot of the US is against crypto. So a lot of other countries that can say, oh, hey, we can actually go ahead of the US if we embrace crypto. After all, I believe it is the future of finance. Yeah, Bitcoin's about to be really good fairly soon. And again, a consequence of that is just, okay, people have found money. They go into altcoins. They like Grumpycat, like Omi, like all these other things. And then they can go into NFTs. And again, just so people don't misconstrue what I'm saying, I feel like Veve NFTs and Omi are probably a safer bet than Grumpycat. But Grumpycat, I think short term just has all these amazing catalysts that can go ahead of it and can be done fairly quickly. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. And comment down below if you think I'm wrong. Bye, guys. Yeah.